Hello, my name is Oscar Grados, and this is my presentation for the 3.5 discussion, Explore the Documentations. So I'm researching Google Nest for this assignment since I didn't know much about it until my family decided to start automating the house. And that's about the only thing I know about Google Nest and other similar platforms. And this is a platform which is evolving, has many features that I could learn from. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to learn the ins and outs of the functionality of the platform. So looking at the overall structure and organization, the Google Nest documentation is sort of divided into unique ecosystems, and they kind of depend on the audience and purpose. So here I have the main sections, and I'm going to start with number one, which is Google Nest Help Center. So the main purpose of this is to give a user-friendly guidance for customers or consumers that use Google Nest devices like thermostats, doorbells, and other things like smart speakers. Some of the other things listed are here product manuals, which are available to download. I actually included a link to one of the PDFs to check out, which is really cool. They actually listed out it's a long cool list of how to set up the Google Nest. One can do it by reading the PDF. I also included setup and installation, which is like a step-by-step instructions for setting up devices, as connecting a Nest thermostat to the Wi-Fi or installing a Nest doorbell. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So next we have Google Home Developers. This is where developers are guided for building integrations for Google Nest and Google Home devices, and they focus on smart home ecosystems and Matter protocol support. So Matter is another type of smart home platform device. They have doorbells, cameras. So cloud-to-cloud integration is one of the ones I looked into. So it's information on how to connect devices using Smart Home API. And then we have some other things like Local Home SDK, which is the documentation for local fulfillment and execution between devices and Google Hubs. Yes, Cast SDK to stream video, and that's devices that support Cast. This is serious developer focused documentation. What's going on here? Next up, we have smart device management. Some people call this API documentation. This is aimed at mostly enterprise partners and more sophisticated developers. They control and manage Google Nest devices like cameras, doorbells. So the key sections, I included some of the traits, which were device capabilities are defined by qualities like connectivity, thermostat mode, and camera event, and associated fields and values. Nest thermostats offer mode, HVAC, and humidity. I looked into the Google system integration. This is where it focuses on avoiding redundant home graph syncing from SDM devices, and then also error codes, these are reference for API. And last but not least, product-specific documentation. So this is focused on more like detailed manuals and specifications for individual Nest devices. So for example, devices like Nest Learning thermostat or doorbell, basically. Those are some of the most common ones I got familiar with. Installation guides are included, as well as safety and regulatory information. The information which is compliance details for devices, specifications. This is having to do with the Nest thermostat, the dimensions and all that. So I included that on the PDF. I found it should be on the PDF, which I linked for reference. Okay, so now we'll look at the key components and features for Google Nest platform. This is a comprehensive ecosystem of smart home devices. So these are three key components. I hand selected them. So these are three key components or features for Google Nest. We have Google Home app, which is the first one. It's the central hub for managing and controlling all Google Nest devices. So pretty much everything I've listed out so far. So like cameras, thermostats, doorbells, speakers, Wi-Fi routers, I would include that as well. So if I were to describe each one, starting with integration with Google Assistant, it's voice control with Google Assistant, and it allows for hands-free operations such as playing media or checking camera feeds, which I really like. And then automations and routines. With that comes support for customizable automations, which are triggered by events. So other than that, an automation can turn on lights. When someone walks in a room, the lights can turn on. And device management is, think of it as users adding or removing their devices by specific rooms. So yeah, think of it that way. Intuitive. It's about intuitive controls. There's some YouTube videos showing this in action. So I think it's really cool how they present it. Okay, so the second one is going to be Nest Learning Thermostat. This is a flagship product that's now in its fourth generation, and it's made to manage home heating and cooling, and it learns the user preferences and by using Wi-Fi sensors, and also has sensor-driven features. So looking at first one, auto schedule and learning. After a few days, usually the thermostat learns preferred temperatures and creates a schedule. And so, for instance, lower the temperature at night and it can increase it in the morning using sensors in smartphone location to switch the temperatures when the home is empty. And also you have remote control, which is adjusting the settings via the Google Home app and physical interaction. What that means is the model uses a touch bar from manual adjustment. So it also includes a clear wiring diagram on the app. So the overall impact, I would say, it's the thermostat. It's enhancing comfort and it's reducing energy costs by adapting to the user's habits, and that is a good thing, especially because it's a cornerstone of the Nest ecosystem of the Google Nest platform. Moving on to the Nest Aware subscription. So this is a subscription service, obviously, and it boosts the functionality of Nest cameras, providing more advanced video history and facial recognition. And it's available for $6 a month, which I thought was, not bad for 30 days of event video. 24/7 recording for selected devices. And so again, familiar face recognition. And obviously you can clip creation and sharing as part of the subscription. And also you have intelligent alerts. What that means is you will see detections. So the device can detect and differentiate different people. And that includes things like vehicles, packages. Some people benefit from things like this. So unfortunately, there are no specific UI kits for the Nest platform, like the Google Home app or the Nest device screens. There are several resources and other approaches that can help designers, and so I included some of them here. I couldn't find more, but we have Google Material Design System, which is one that I was familiar with. I also included Google Home Developer Resources. It provides tools and more documentation for building smart home integration. So there's some sample apps and APIs. And I also included the design community and interactive canvas for smart displays. So what I would say is, since there are no official kits for this platform, the designers can leverage Google's material design system. For that would be one of the best ways to go. Or interactive creative canvas for smart displays. That's another one. But and also I'll just stay updated. Personally, monitor the Google Home Developer Center. There's a Google Nest community forum that I found for developer-driven insights. So there's if designers need specific examples for a UI kit, that's the best approach I would take. So I've come to the end of this presentation. For my personal reflection, I wrote that this documentation was unlike any other in the past. So with that, there's so much order and design with the Google Nest documentation. The information that I found most tricky was finding the useful resources, if I'm being honest. Everything else was really straightforward. I was enjoying looking through all the different documentations for Google Nest. And as I say, clearly, if artists want to make things for Google Nest, look at interactive canvas templates or Google Material Design for that. Thank you for watching and listening.